We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
I'd get on before you get...
Who's NHS? Who's NHS?
Turning out for our NHS. For those people who don't know me, my name's Paul Churrick. I'm the Secretary of Wakefield Camp, and it's an absolute privilege to welcome so many people here today to Wakefield to fight for our NHS. He knows exactly what's going on in the NHS. He's the full-time official, unison official at Pinderfields Hospital, and his name is Adrian O'Malley. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. And I'd like to welcome you all. What are you doing? Can you hear me? Yeah. I also like to welcome all the marchers into Wakefield. I think what you're doing is absolutely fantastic. And I hope you get fantastic support like you had in Wakefield all the way down to London. And there's thousands of people beating you into London. Okay, sorry, when you get there. Like Paul says, I'm Secretary of the Unison branch up at Pinderfields Hospital. We're seeing firsthand just the effects that this government's policies are having on the NHS, where people are losing their jobs and having wage cuts, etc. And what you're doing is supporting us by marching from behalf of the NHS, because there's one struggle of us in the workplace and the struggle that you're taking forward down to London. We have got hospital closures taking place in West Yorkshire. I know there's people here from Huddersfield, Calderdale, and we've got people from Dewsbury as well, where our hospital in Dewsbury is going to be run down and all the services put on the Pinderfield site. We're opposing that, and we'd hope that will stop, but unfortunately we've got a chief executive and local managers who are determined to force through those closures. And then once again, it's all part of the privatisation of the NHS. That new hospital that you've walked through was built by the Private Finance Initiative. £42 million a year is going towards paying for an hospital for 35 years, which costs only £300 million to build. In effect, £1.3 billion index links will go to pay for a £300 million hospital. That's privatisation, and that's something else that we ought to stop. Well, I hope that once we get rid of this government and stop their privatisation plans, that the next Labour government abolishes the PFI schemes that they introduced and brings all our services back into public ownership. Like I say, I'd like to welcome you all to Wakefield. We've put some food on for the marchers down at Wakefield Labour Club, the Red Shed. You know, we're all welcome to come down. And there's also a special beer being brewed for the marchers as well. So enjoy your visit in Wakefield, keep on marching, and let's defend the NHS.
And we left Jarrow last Saturday. I don't need a microphone, I'll speak through this. We left Jarrow last Saturday. This is a people's march for the NHS. And the only reason why thousands of people are joining us, because quite frankly, we are sick of the politicians who are trying to sell our NHS off. The NHS is very political. We recognise that. But as a group of mums from Darlington, what we want to do is exactly what is happening across our towns and cities today. We want to come together, we want to know what's happening with the NHS, and we want to challenge those decisions. We are not going to let anybody hijack our rallies at all. So now we've walked 100 miles. We are a third of the way. I want to thank all the organisers, keep the NHS public, the union, my union, the DMB, but more importantly, I want to thank the people who have supported us ever since we came into Leeds last night. As we've walked across to Wakefield today, and we had a feeder march that's also joined us. So please, my only advice to anybody speaking at these rallies is, this is a people's march for the NHS. The special ingredient are the people. We will serve notice to every politician that voted to destroy our NHS.
I want to welcome the People's March for the NHS to Wakefield and say congratulations to the Darlow mums for the fantastic work they've organised. And to welcome the amazing people who are walking the full 300 miles across our country. Where are the 300 milers? Can you put your hands up and give us a wave? They're the tired looking ones. And they're getting slim. We welcome you to Wakefield. And we know what's happening to our NHS. We know what's been happening. We know what the dangers are to our NHS. The biggest top-down reorganisation. Nothing mentioned about that, but we know that that's what's happened. We fought it every step of the way, but as you heard, those changes came in April 2013. And now we have to gather together, all people of goodwill and of all parties, to fight those changes. We have people here today across the country, people from Windsor, people from Eltham, people from all over the country here in Wakefield with us today to show their solidarity with what we're trying to do to stop David Cameron's NHS changes. And we know also that we will have another vote on those changes in November when Clive Efford, a Labour MP, puts his vote towards Parliament. And we've got one of his constituents here with us today. Give her a round of applause. We have got the fight of our lives, and we know that the only way we will manage to get rid of David Cameron's disastrous top-down reorganisation, which has cost us 4,000 nurses made redundant in Yorkshire. We've got people waiting in ambulances and on trolleys in our A&E, and we've got 3 million people across the country waiting for operations, in pain, sick and ill. We know that we've got more than half of people now waiting, more than 2 weeks to see their GP. So we've got to make the change. Stand with us. Let's fight together and make sure that we get at the next general election we get rid of Cameron and scrap the NHS health and social care bill.
My name's Joan Keane, full-time official for the GMB Trade Union with responsibility for the NHS across Yorkshire. And I can tell you people, the NHS is being taken away from under your feet. This hospital here, the big PFI building, is an absolute disgrace, as is the cost of the car park. Virgin Healthcare are in there. Virgin Healthcare. Barnsley Hospital have got G4S providing their catering services. How the hell will that work? Don't be disillusioned, it's happening now. And might I also add, West Yorkshire, every GP surgery and every medical centre has gone to a social enterprise, and that was taken away from under your eyes 2 years ago. I also need to say, on behalf of our NHS staff, I'm an NHS worker, or I was before I got this job. I know how hard they work and I know their dedication. And I've never seen so many distressed NHS staff going home in tears every night because they can't provide the care that they need to. And it's not an accident that you can hear politicians, particularly Cameron and his mates, talking about failing NHS trusts. They're taking the money out of this trust, to make sure they fail, so that they can bring the private providers in to take the NHS over. And it's something of an irony that America is trying to bring in a health service that emulates the one we've got, while Cameron and his cronies are busy trying to get back to what they've got, which is no NHS if you've got no money. You've got to support this campaign. It's our NHS, we pay for it, nobody else, we pay for it, it's ours, we've got to keep what we've got.
Good afternoon everyone, my name's Paul Cooney. I work for the NHS. I work for Calderdale and Huddersfield NHS Foundation Trust. Now, I'm here to bring solidarity and goodwill wishes from the campaigns to defend the NHS against all these cuts from Calderdale and Huddersfield, Dewsbury, North Kirklees, South Kirklees. We are all facing the same battle. It is the people's NHS. It is the people's battle. I wish all the walkers who are moving on to successfully reach London on the 6th of September all the very best and a great safe journey. I will, however, want to end on a very positive light. The wisest amongst the audience will probably realise that I'm not a natural-born Yorkshireman. I'm actually from somewhere further north. In 2004, 10 years ago, the Scottish Government voted and legislated to get rid of the market, to get rid of the trusts, to get rid of all the artificial fake costs that took away money from direct frontline clinical care. That's definitely worthy of applause. But please believe me, that just took will. The will of the people and the will of the politicians. If they could do it, we could do it here. I personally want to see a commitment from every candidate at the next general election to seriously state, and this applies to every party, that they will remove the false artificial internal market from the NHS and safeguard our services.